Hello everyone, my name is Ullah. In this video, I will review a video-accelerated introduction to cost, behavior, mixed and variable cost. Manager must understand cost behavior, how costs change as volume change, and then we will start by considering three of the most common types of cost behavior: variable cost, fixed cost, and mixed cost. So that cost to change in the level of business activity, total variable cost change when activity change, and total fixed cost remain unchanged when activity change, where variable costs are based on how many gigs are actually teaching. Typical variable cost in an industry might include direct raw material, factory utilities, sales, uh, commission, and shipping costs. So this will be affected by the activity level of typical fixed commission and shipping costs. So this will be affected by the activity level of typical fixed costs, including real estate tax, insurance, supervisor salaries, depreciation, and advertising. This will remain regardless of activity level. So here a nice graph summarizing our card summarizing the difference between variable and fixed costs. So that total variable cost change as the level of activity change, but our variable cost per unit remain the sum over a wide range of activities. Total cost remain the same even when the level of activity change, but fixed cost per unit decrease as the level of activity increases, so that variable costs are insured for each unit volume. As a result, total variable cost change in proportion to change in volume. Example, like free breakfast in a hotel, which will vary with respect to the number of guests, or toilets for a hotel, which also vary depending on how many people are staying at the hotel that night, or bed linen in a hospital, which will vary depending on how many patients they have. So although the total variable cost change in direct proportion to the change in the volume of variable costs per unit of activity, it remain constant. It is called the slope of the variable cost line, and the graph of total variable cost always start from the origin. Fixed costs don't change, they just afraid of more units. We also have something called commuted and discriminatory fixed. To the most of the cost will be fixed cost, with mean that business is locked into this cost due to purpose management decision. So they may have a contract with the company where what the cannot afford. For example, a fixed fee that is committed will be a long term, less you cannot change those costs in a short time. However, business are also ensuring something called discretionary fixed costs, like advertising costs, can be credit charitable contribution. These are things that are the result of annual management decision. So the company has more control over the discretionary fixed cost, as the company can adjust them as needed in the short time. Next is mixed cost. Mixed costs have variable and fixed cost component. So that mixed costs are costs that change in total but are not directly proportional to change in the total volume of mixed cost insurance. The volume increase because the variable components in the total mixed costs can be expressed uh, as a combination of the variable cost equation and fiction to cost. So again, remember we be expressed and combination of the variable cost equation and fiction cost. So again, remember we have y here, which while b our total mixed cost, p is variable cost component, and then f is fixed cost for uh, certain time. Now x will be activity volume. You can see here, so y equal px plus our f also has something called relevant range that are worth more mentioning. So manager need to keep their relevant chain rank in mind when predicting total cost. So that the relevant ranks are volume, then all total cost remain constants at a given level, and variable cost per unit remain constant at a certain level. Certain change in overall cost behavior indicate the change to different relevant ranks. So the concept of relevant change rank is important because manager can predict cost accurately only if they use cost information for the overall appropriate relevant rank. For example, say a component typical sell between 1,000 and 3,000 unit of the product for month because this is their normal sale rank. uh, we cannot make a reasonable accurate assumption of about their cost is they sell or shed the relevant rank. Let's say 6,000 unit in a month. Companies have to change the way they predict cost in the utility develop cost equation will no longer provide cost estimate. So from an economics perspective, the relationship between total cost and volume of activity is curvilinear. From an accountant's perspective, the relationship between total cost, the volume of activity is straight line that will be a strange line unit variable cost and constant. So when check the behavior of variable cost in relevant rank, even though we have current cost because in relevant rank it will explicitly. That's the video review that I can convey. Thank you.